All right, so today we are going to learn about lines, and we're going to be looking at different types of lines, okay? Now, the first thing we're going to look at now is any line that I have that looks like this. This can be considered a line, okay? This can be considered a line, and if I put an arrow over there and an arrow over there, that means that my lines keep going forever and forever, okay? Now, I can draw that kind of line, that's fine, okay? Oh, Nokwezi already learned about parallel lines at school. That's amazing. We're going to get there. You're jumping the gun. Hold on. We're getting there. Okay. I'm going to start with this line over here. And this line isn't just a line like the one I've drawn over here. This line over here is called a straight line. Okay. This one is called a straight line. Okay. And the reason why it's called a straight line is the teacher Coco. It's straight. It's straight. There we go. Not like my line, not quite straight, okay? But I know because of these arrows that go on the side here, I know that my line keeps going forever. It keeps going forever, okay? Those arrows tell me that my line keeps going, my straight line keeps going in that direction and that direction, and it keeps going, okay? And it doesn't stop. This one over here, number B over here, this is called a line segment. This is called a line segment. And you guys will notice a line segment has a start point and it has an end point. Okay. And that's why we call it a line segment, because it has a start and an end, or you can even start at the end and end at the start. It doesn't matter. Okay. It just has a point where it starts and a point where it ends. Yes, absolutely. Sanalisa says, ma'am, is C array? You are 100% correct. Number C over here is called array, okay? And you'll notice with array that it only has one start point. Here's the start. And then what does this arrow, you guys can tell me in the chat, what does this arrow tell me about my array? What do you guys think? You guys can tell me in the chat. Oh, look at what I did. What does it tell me about? What does this arrow tell me? Bonolo says it continues. Good. Buche says it goes forever. Yes. Kama says it's continuous. It goes on forever. Oh, excellent. You guys are listening to me. Oh, I love that. Letu says no definite end point. Ah, excellent. I love that. So we always have a start point and it continues forever. Okay. Now, this was the easy stuff because it's just one line. Oh, snare. I love that you guys are learning about grade 8 stuff now. I teach grade 8 as well, so I understand what you guys are doing quite well. Okay, now I'm going to put two lines together. And these lines are crossing each other like this. Okay, and we can see that it crosses right over here in the middle, right there. And this point where these two lines cross each other is called an intersection. Intersect. Excellent, Letu. Yes, it's called an intersection. Okay, now if I take these two lines, I'm going to call this line over here A, B. That's the name of the line. And I call this line C, D. What I can say about these two lines is that A, B, and C, D intersect. I'm sorry, Snare. Okay. Nkanyisa says, oh, they're a boy. Okay. A, B, and C, D intersect. Okay. So they meet at a point and they cross each other, and that means that they intersect. Okay. And these two are called, remember, I have more than one line. It's not just one line. I'm going to call them, ooh, look at my spelling, guys, sure. Intersecting lines. And you guys will notice I'm putting an S at the end because there's more than one line. There's two lines. So these are intersecting lines. Now, all of you in the chat who had told me that you've done this at school, can you tell me what these lines are? Jaden, yes. If you feel like you're gonna want to remember this, I think you should write it down. Okay, grab a ruler and a pen and a paper, write it down. Okay. And I'm gonna put these two arrows. Oh, I want them in a different color. Oh, look at what I did. There we go. Okay. Can you guys tell me? I'm going to put these two lovely arrows over here. Okay. All right. Who can tell me what are these lines? Lebogang, can you tell me what do we call these two lines? Can you unmute and tell me? Okay, I'm not getting a response from Lebogang. Okay, I'm going to come back to you, Lebogang. Maureen, can you unmute for me and tell me what do we call these two lines? Maureen, are you there? I see everyone's hand up, and now I'm a bit worried that maybe something's wrong with our chat function because I can't unmute anyone, and I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, I'm going to try Sisonke. Oh, there we go. Maureen, hi. Hi, how are you?
Fine, and you?
I'm good, thank you. All right, can you tell me, what do we call these two lines? I'm going to give you some hints. These two lines have the same distance everywhere. They're the same distance apart everywhere. What do we call these lines?
Parallel line.
Excellent. And can you tell me, what do we know about parallel lines?
Oh, man, I forgot, man.
Okay, I'm glad you at least know they're called parallel lines. That's a good start. Okay, I wonder if Sisonke can help us. What do we know about parallel lines? Well done, Maureen. Excellent stuff. Sisonke, what do we know about parallel lines?
Parallel lines have the same distance and are the same length.
Oh, excellent. Okay, not so much the same length, but you are correct. They're the same distance apart. So over here, they're the same distance apart. Over here, they're the same distance apart. But what do we know specifically about them?
I'm not sure.
Okay, Nokwezi has given us the correct answer in the chat. If you guys, and Nomatlubi also gave you the correct answer. Do you want to check in the chat quickly?
They have the same, but they're above each other. They don't meet, man.
They never meet, exactly. Parallel lines never meet. So they can keep going in each direction. They're going to go in that direction and go in that direction, but they're never going to get to a point where they intersect like these two. Okay, they're always just going to keep going next to each other, but they're never going to cross each other. Okay, excellent. Letu says they don't meet even if they are extended. Do you see it, Sisonke?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. All right, so that's what we know about parallel lines, that they don't have to be the same length, but they keep going in both directions and they never meet. They're always going to be the same distance apart. Okay, here is another one. Exactly, Nokwezi says it's like a railway. It keeps going, but it never meets. So this side of the railway and that side of the railway always move together, but they never actually meet. Who can tell me about this? I'm going to add a little bit of a sign here. Sign like this. And I'm going to say that this over here is 90 degrees. Okay. And if you've never done this before and you're like, ma'am, I don't understand what is 90 degrees, that's fine. We're going to explain. Lebogang, do you think you can unmute now? Do you think you can unmute? Are you able to unmute, my sweetie? Oh, I'm not getting anything. Okay, Monde. Oh, there we go. Hello, Lebogang.
Hello,
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, and how are you?
I'm great, thank you. Okay, what can you tell me about these two lines? This one. Oh, let me
The
put it
parallel lines.
Oh, no, these ones down here, the ones that I've just drawn nice stars.
Oh, they are two intersecting straight lines.
Good, they're two intersecting straight lines, very good. But what does this 90-degree tell us about them? There's a specific word I'm looking for. What do we call them when they intersect at exactly 90 degrees? It's not quite, you guys are right, it is a right angle, but what do we call the two lines that cross each other? Do you know what they're called?
They are maybe equals to 90.
Not equal. Okay. We're going to learn what they're called today. They are called perpendicular lines. Can you say that word? It's a hard word. Perpendicular.
Yes. Perpendicular.
Okay, you have to say the whole word. Okay. Try
Yes.
it.
Perpendicular.
Excellent. Perpendicular. Okay. And that means that when they meet, when they intersect, because you're correct, Lebogang, they do intersect. They intersect over there. But what angle do they intersect at?
A square.
It's a square, but
little
the
square.
square means, what does the square mean? It means 90 degrees. Okay.
60 degrees, yes.
90 degrees. So when they intersect at 90 degrees, what do we call them? We call them
A right
that hard
angle.
word, the hard
A,
word that
a
we just.
perpendicular.
Excellent. Okay, very well done, Lebogang. Okay, so we need to remember, guys, just like Lebogang has just taught us, when two lines intersect at 90 degrees, and when we write 90 degrees, we normally don't write 90 degrees. What we do is we draw a little square, and that square means 90 degrees. We call that two perpendicular lines. Okay, very well done. Okay, this one over here also has a square, but these two are not straight lines. These are not straight lines. These are line segments because they have a start and an end and a start and an end. And here, over here,
Teacher Coco, your sound is down. I also can't hear you.
hello.
There we go.
Hi, hello, everybody. I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Hopefully my camera is working as well. Okay. Before we continue, can I get a thumbs up? Can everybody hear me and see me? Can I get a thumbs up? Okay, good. Mutebang says thumbs up. Amazing. Wonderful stuff, guys. I was scared there. I don't know what happened for a second. Okay. Cool beans. All right. Okay, let's continue, guys. So now we are learning about 3 different lines that come together. Okay, Tando, I'm pretty sure if you can put an emoji, that means you can hear me. But okay. All right, guys. So now we're going to learn about 3 lines. Now, you guys can notice that these 2 lines over here, they intersect over there, right? But this purple line over here, what do you guys notice about the purple line? How many lines does the purple line intersect? Who can tell me? Look at what I'm doing. You guys can tell me in the chat, how many lines does the purple line intersect? Oh, Abdirahman says 22. I don't think it's 22. I think it was just a typing error. Okay, it's 2. Okay, so the purple line goes through 2 lines. It is 2. You don't have to think it. You know it's It's 2 lines. It goes through 2. Okay, and when it intersects 2 lines like this, we call it a transversal line. This line is called a transversal line. A transversal line. Okay, if you've never said these words before, maybe try saying them now because some of them are really hard. And it's the first time some of you guys are seeing them. Transversal line. Okay, now these 2 lines that cross over here, these 2 are called intersecting lines. I know you guys will remember that. Intersecting lines because they meet at a point there. Now these 2 lines, if I draw this little thing over here, what does that mean? What does that mean that these 2 lines are? Can you guys tell me in the chat? What does it mean? That they are? Oh, yeah. I don't know what's going on with my screen today. Does anybody remember what those two funky arrows mean? Someone named, good, Mutebang says parallel line. Someone named Zoom user put their hand up. Zoom user, can you tell us? What does it mean? Those two little purple arrows that are just... Zoom user's not unmuting. Okay, Kungawa, where did I lose you? Do you want to put your hand up so we can have a conversation, you and I? Oh, you can't unmute. Okay, can I ask you to DM Teacher Cat so she can kind of help you so that you don't get lost? Okay. Anati, what do we call these two lines? If I put two arrows in the same direction next to them, what does that mean?
Pardon?
If I put these two purple lines, this one, the ones that I just erased, if I do this, what does that mean? That these two lines are? Check in the chat if you're lost. Check in the chat. Everybody's helping you.
Parallel lines.
So these are parallel lines. Okay, parallel lines. But what is my purple line? What do we call this purple line? This one over here. The one that crosses the two parallel lines. What do we call it? Oh, you're gone. Can I ask Maya to unmute and tell me, what do we call the purple line that goes through both of our parallel lines?
Miss, is it a transversal line?
Absolutely it is. Yes, well done, Maya. It's called a transversal line. Good, because our transversal line crosses more than two or more lines. Okay, very well done, Maya. Very well done.
Thank you, Miss.
Okay, all right. I hope you guys have learned all of these. And I saw Bonolo saying, I'm taking screenshots every time ma'am is talking so that I don't miss any of these. Okay, which is great. Ola, how can I help you? Can you unmute and ask your question?
Hi, Miss.
Hello, Ola.
I'm feeling a bit sick today, so
Okay. How can I help? That's okay. I'm glad you're here though.
I'm not sure what's the difference, like the transversal line and the parallel.
Okay, so we said, remember we were talking about parallel lines and we said, what is the big thing about parallel lines? That they
never meet and they don't go cross each other.
exactly, they never meet. So now if we go down here and we look over here, do you see how these two black lines, let me just do that. These two black lines, they're never going to meet each other, right?
Yes.
Okay, so those two are parallel lines because they'll never meet. But the purple one, you see how the purple one crosses both of those lines?
Oh, so it'll never be like a transversal line will never be like a line alone without another line like on top of it.
Yes. So
Okay.
as soon as a line crosses two or more other lines, it's called transversal. Okay. So if I have a line,
now I understand. Okay.
excellent. Okay. So if
Thank
I'm
you,
just going to
Miss.
explain, no problem. For any of you guys who understand, if I have a line sitting on its own like this is not a transversal line. This is just a straight line. This is a straight line. Okay. Okay. So this is a straight line. As soon as there's two other lines over my straight line, it then becomes a transversal line. Okay. Okay. So I hope you guys understand. Can I get a thumbs up or a thumbs down in the chat? How are you feeling? Can I get a thumbs up or a thumbs down? Let's see if we need to explain again. Randile is a little bit lost. I see thumbs down from Nkanyiso. Okay, guys. All right. For those of you who are struggling a little bit with this, okay, can I ask those people, anybody who's got their hand up at the moment, can I ask you to put your hand down? And then those of you who are still struggling, can I ask you guys to put your hands up so that we can have a bit of a conversation? Okay, all right. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you guys exactly where I lost you. Those of you who have your hands up, can I ask you which part, just type it in the chat quickly for me, which part did you not understand? Jaden, I'm so glad you understand, amazing. Just tell me in the chat, where did I lose you so that I can go back a little? Okay, because I can't start from the beginning. Okay, Mujalifa says transversals, okay. We can explain transversals again, that's fine. Now I cannot go all the way to the beginning. Okay, Saneliso says transversals, Onami says the same. Okay, great. Can I ask, Saneliso, can I ask you to unmute for me? And we're gonna have a bit of a conversation. Saneliso, are you there? Okay, I just need you to click speak. Hello, Saneliso.
Hello, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm fine and you, ma'am.
All right, I want to ask you a quick question, Saneliso. If I draw a line like this, just like this, what do we call this line?
A straight line.
Good, it's a straight line. Why is it a straight line? Explain that to me.
Because it's straight, ma'am.
Good.
And it
It's
goes
straight,
on.
and what do you know? It goes on each side. So you got that part, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I'm going to draw another line right next to it like that. Okay, and then I'm going to draw an arrow and an arrow. And what do these two arrows tell us?
It's a bit I can't pronounce it, ma'am.
It's okay, it's a parallel line, right? It means that these two lines are parallel lines.
Yes, ma'am.
Good, parallel lines. Okay, now if I choose to take another line and draw it through these two lines like that, do you see how this line that I just drew intersects with that line, and it also intersects with this line?
Yes, ma'am.
What do I call this line that intersects with the both of them?
Inversal line. Is it?
Close, it's called a transversal. I know, it's hard to say. Transversal line. Okay, so do you see how it crosses that line to both of the parallel lines? This line crosses two of them, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Now, if I take away, let's say for instance, I take away that line, how many times does the black line cross the purple line? How many times does it cross? One time. So if they cross only once, what do we call them? We don't call them parallel and transversal anymore. If they cross just once, what do we call this part over here where they meet?
I don't know, ma'am.
Oh, remember we talked about it. We said it's an intersection.
Oh,
Okay.
intersection.
Called an intersection. So when they meet only once, we call it an intersection. But as soon as I draw another line, what happens if I draw another line like that? Oh, wait, let me draw a better line. What happens? Yeah, there we go. What happens if I draw another line like that? How many times does my black line cut lines?
2 times.
So what do we call that black line now? It's no longer an intersecting line. What is it called?
Transversal. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you
know
got
what
it. You got it.
Yes,
it's a transversal line. Do you see it?
Transversal line. Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. Okay, do you see the difference between the two of them?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. Okay, are you still a little bit confused?
A little bit, maybe I understand, ma'am.
Okay, okay. I want to make sure that you 100% understand. Okay, which part are you still a little bit unsure about?
I think it's the one when you remove one line, ma'am.
Okay, so, okay, I'm going to go back quickly and I want you to take screenshots quickly. Okay. From here, remember we said that these lines are intersecting lines. Do you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Why do we call them intersecting lines? Because
Your
they cross each other. Do you see that? They cross each other. They cross each other. Okay. Okay, number 3, I get that it's a bit hard. Okay, but it takes a while. It does take a while to get used to.
yes.
Oh,
ma'am.
okay. Mujalifa says, ma'am, can you go up so we can screenshot a little further? Okay, let's look at these lines as well. Caleb says, can you call array a radius? No, because a radius is a completely different thing, Caleb. Okay, radius comes in when we're talking about circles, and this is not circles, these are just lines. Okay, guys, I want you to take as many screenshots as you can of this. Okay, Saneliso, I hope you're still with me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we're looking at intersecting lines, and we said that intersecting lines cross each other. How many times do they cross each other?
Is it 2 times, ma'am?
Oh, no, look on the screen. How many times is this? Over here.
Oh, once.
Once. So an intersection only crosses once.
Once.
Okay. Okay, it only crosses once. Now, if I have parallel lines, how many times do parallel lines cross each other?
What do you mean cross each other, ma'am?
Do they ever cross each other? They never meet. Does that mean that they're ever going to cross each other?
No, ma'am.
No. So if I ask you, how many times do parallel lines cross each other? Panasha give you the answer. How many times is that?
Never.
Never. They never cross each other. Okay. Now we go down to transversal lines. Okay. How many times does a transversal line cross a line? Okay. Or how many lines does a transversal line go through?
1.
Oh, count them. Let's count them together. Here. 1 and
2.
2. So a transversal line is a line that crosses another line how many times?
2 times.
Okay. If I draw another line, if I decide to draw another line here, okay, this means that this black line is still a transversal line. How many lines does it, how many times does it cross?
3 times.
3 times. Okay, so a transversal line is a line that crosses 2 or more. So if I draw a 4th line and a 5th line, it's still going to be a transversal line.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you understand this? I hope you do.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, somebody asked me to go up to perpendicular lines if you want to take a quick screenshot. Okay. Whew, guys, that's sure, this is a lot. Okay. Kungao, I need you to finish that sentence so I understand exactly what it is you're stuck with. Okay.
Can't take a screenshot, I think.
Oh, you can't take a screenshot. I'm gonna need you to draw it, even if it's in ugly handwriting. Just quickly draw lines and draw them like that, and then write down the names of the lines as we're going. Okay. All right. I hope I hope I explained that a little better. Buche, if you can stay on just a little bit after the lesson, and then I'll come back, guys, and you can take as many screenshots as you need. Okay. All right. Okay.
Teacher
Cool.
Coco,
Yes, ma'am.
Diversity just needs to maybe log out. I doubt that they'll be able to see any message I send.
Oh, okay. I did send her a private message and I asked her to leave and come back in. So we'll see if that works.
Okay.
Okay. All right. That's fine. All right, guys. I'm so glad, Nokwezi, you learned this on Friday. Now I want us to put this into practice. Okay. And I want to see why I didn't copy that into here. Oh, I did. There we go. Excellent. All right. So I want you guys to tell me, and I keep forgetting to put the funky things in the places, that, and that, that, and that. And then I'm going to add another line. Make sure you guys can understand what's happening here. All right. So I would like you guys to tell me in the chat, okay, what is number one? What would we call number one? What kind of line is number one? I'm glad, Devashri, thank you. I'm glad to have you back. Okay, Kungawa says parallel, not quite parallel. It's not quite a parallel line, guys. It's not parallel. Oh, Saneliso says it's a straight line. I agree with Saneliso. Why do you say it's a straight line? Can you explain to us why you say it's a straight line? Bonolo also says, Kama, you've got it 100% correct. It's two straight lines. Okay. Why can I not say that they are parallel? Okay. No, Kwezi, you're right. It's because they're both straight. Yes. Okay. No, Matlubi says it has arrows and it's straight, but there's something missing. Why can I not say that they're parallel? They're not parallel. They do go forever. You guys are 100% correct. These are straight lines. Okay. Straight lines. No, Matlubi says they're not on top of each other. No. What is that one symbol that I need? Look at this question. Look at number 4. What symbol do I need that shows me? Ah, there we go. You've got it. What symbol do I need in order to make them parallel? Anati also said it doesn't have the arrows in the middle. Yes, you're absolutely correct. They don't have the parallel arrows. So the only way these two could be parallel is if I did this. If I did that, then they are parallel. But because there's no lines in between them or no arrows in between them, that means that they're not parallel, they're just straight lines. Okay, Nombuzelo, can I ask you, number 2, what kind of lines do I have?
Ma'am.
They cross each other right over there. What does that tell us? That they are?
Ma'am, can you hear me, ma'am?
I can hear you perfectly.
Ma'am, I think it's transversal lines, ma'am.
Oh, remember, transversal is going to cross 2 times or more. When it crosses only once, if you're stuck, check in the chat. Check in the chat.
It's intersecting lines, ma'am.
Yes, intersecting lines because they cross each other. How many times do they cross each other?
Twice, ma'am.
Oh, not twice.
Once,
I only
ma'am.
have one dot, once. And that's why we call them intersecting lines. What about number 3? What do you think, Nombuzelo? What is number 3?
Is it the same as number 2, ma'am?
Yes, it is. It's absolutely the same as number 2. So what do we call it?
Intersecting lines, ma'am.
Good, intersecting lines. Can you explain to me why?
Ma'am, they cross each other once, ma'am.
Exactly. They cross each other just once at that point. Very well done. Very, very well done. Okay. All right. I need somebody who can help me with number 4. But there are 2 things that we need to note in number 4. I hope you guys are seeing what those 2 things are. Bonolo, can you tell me what 2 types of lines we have in number 4?
Ma'am, I think we have transversal line and parallel lines.
Excellent. All right. So we've got a transversal line, which is this one over here. Transversal. And then these other two, this one over here and this one over here, they are parallel. Can you tell me why is the other one, the purple one, why is it a transversal line?
Ma'am?
Why is this purple one here, the one that I've written in purple, why is it a transversal line?
Because, ma'am, it crosses two lines.
Exactly. Excellent. Oh, I couldn't have said it better myself. Well done. Okay. Buche, can you tell me number 5? What is number 5?
Ma'am, number 5 is intersecting lines.
Excellent. Why are they intersecting?
Because they cross each other at a certain point.
Good. At one point, at one certain point. Okay. Very well done. Amazing. Mixo, I don't know if that's your actual name, but it's really cool if it is. Mixo, are you there? Can you unmute for me and tell me what number 6 is?
Number 6 is parallel lines.
Excellent. They are parallel lines. Why are they parallel lines though?
Because they continue, they never meet.
Exactly. And how do we know that they never meet? What did I put on them that shows us that they never meet? Look here, I'm gonna highlight it again. There.
They are, how can I say this?
It's like 2 arrows. Do you see them?
Yes.
Yeah. So if they have the 2 arrows, that means that they are parallel. Okay, that's how we know.
Yes.
Excellent. But I'm glad you do know that they're parallel lines. That's very important. Okay, well done, Rixel.
Thank you, ma'am.
Well done. All right, Monde, can you help us with number 7? Oh, Bulela's already given you an answer in the chat. Monde, I'm going to need you to unmute. Oh, Monde's not unmuting. Letu.
Wait.
Oh, Monde. Hi, Monde.
Yes.
What is 7? What do we know about 7?
It's a perpendicular line.
It's a?
Perpendicular line.
Oh, excellent. I'm liking how you said it so well. It's a perpendicular. How many lines are there? It's not just one. It's perpendicular.
It's 2 lines.
Good. So I have to say perpendicular lines with an S. How do I know that it's perpendicular, Monde?
Because it has a right angle.
Good. And what do we know? How do we know that it has a right angle? What did I draw?
Because it has a 90 degrees angle.
How do we represent the 90-degree angle?
As a right angle.
Yeah, it's a square. Remember, the square tells us that it's a right angle. Okay, because if there wasn't that square over there, we wouldn't know that it was a right angle, right?
Yes.
So we need to make sure that we put a right angle there, like a little square that tells us that it's a right angle. Okay.
Okay.
Very well done. Okay. I need someone to help me with number 8. Okay, Jaden, can I ask you to help me with number 8? Devashri, I'm going to need you to raise your hand, my sweetie, unless your hand is up and I just can't see it. Jaden, are you there? Yes, Jaden, your hand is up.
It's a different one, Teacher Coco.
Is it a different Jaden? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Karma, can I ask you to unmute and tell me what number 8 is?
Number 8 is 2 straight lines.
Good. Why 2 straight lines?
Because they're not parallel.
Good. They're not parallel. And what do we know? What do the arrows tell us?
They tell us that the lines are parallel.
Are continuing. No, not that they're parallel.
Are continuing.
Yes, they continue. This arrow means that they go on forever in each direction. Very well done. Can you tell me what number 9 is?
It's also a straight line.
Good. Not just one straight line. There are more than one straight line. Good. Straight lines. Very well done. Sure.
Thank you.
Whew, guys, that was a lot. Well done. Well done, Kama. All right, guys, I think we need a brain break.